Some people in the east, number one, Hope Uzodinma, two. Peter Mba, Enugu State Governor, two. This set of people are the people who joined too to the ICC supporters, Al-Qaeda supporters. Are you seeing it? It's because Hope Uzodinma never think good of his people. If he does, he wouldn't have ever been in support of Al-Qaeda, in support of ICC, in support of Boko Haram and Hamas and the rest.
I've got that military to fight the alleged or the incoming by the prophet, the incoming strong terrorists coming soon.
But by the grace of God, glory be to Jesus Christ. Because I will not stop praising God, giving the adoration that is due to him, because he's the owner and the maker of every living things, both the living and non-living. He is under his control. Now listen and listen good. Nigerian military doesn't have what it takes. They are not well equipped, neither are they well trained to face what is about to face them. Listen and listen good, because they have been failing and they have been failing and they will continue to fail. Imagine a place, a state whereby the Qaeda ICC coupled with the Boko Haram and what is the name of this recent one? Hezbollah, and there's another one, and there's this one coming from Hamas side and Iran coupled together. Look at them. And you say Nigerian military to go and combat with them with the empty hand, with their blood, with the which train? Who trained them? They are not well trained. They don't have the combat equipment, material stores than those people. Those ones are well equipped. And see, they say there is a saying that Imo State. But why is it that every time all these terrorist people, they will be pointing Imo State? It's like this man, Hope Uzodinma, is a terrorist. Hope Uzodinma have joined the Al-Qaeda group, like Obama too, the chief organizer of Al-Qaeda. So they are now forming the formidable force to come and destabilize Imo State, and which I believe, if Uzodinma is not careful, hey, making nothing saying no escape by joining them. His family did not escape. Because when they start to disturb, terrorists no send you whether you get family or not. Then go burn you, their brother, especially you will be Hope Uzodinma. Then there's another state that we attack. They said, according to their own map, Abuja is inclusive, Plateau is inclusive, Niger State is inclusive. I think Lagos State too.
Imo
State, Plateau,
Benue,
Maiduguri,
Abuja,
Kano, and Lagos State. Now listen, it's good that this thing is coming. It's good that this thing is coming, so that every state and every quarter recruits. As for my side, the Biafra will recruit, and we will continue to recruit and to rebuild. Listen and listen good. We don't want Fulani, we don't want Fulani. We don't want terrorists, we don't want terrorists. The way they took over Niger State, they conquer Nigerian military. They will not conquer Biafra in Biafra land. Hope Uzodinma, every strategy you like to use, you cannot overcome us in our land. It is our father's land, and that land has been in existence before you were born, even before your father.
But do you not think Uzodinma is doing well to curb this insecurity?
Hope Uzodinma is not doing well. If he's doing well, he shouldn't have alliance with the terrorists. He shouldn't have a partnering with Al-Qaeda, with ICC, with Boko Haram, with Hamas. Do you know that in Kuwait today, all the Hamas people has been deported from Kuwait? Do you know, as I'm talking to you, that Egypt resisted Hamas from entering into their country? Do you know today, as I'm talking to you, countries like Saudi Arabia, they resist Hamas from coming into their country? then it's only Nigeria, a dumping place of terrorists, are the one welcoming this set of group of people. Are you hearing me? So hope Uzodinma, you can never win, no matter what you do. If you like, go and carry Iran on their own and come down to Imo State, you will remain a loser.
Okay, but let's not forget what the ambassador to Nigeria for Israel said. He said recently, he said the Iranian government are working with the Nigerian government to sponsor insecurity here in Nigeria. Do you not think that as regards what Prophet Ayodele is saying, do you not think it's really true?
No, I'm not thinking. I don't need to imagine it nor think it. It is the genuine truth. You know, one thing about Nigeria is that we lack truth. And Nigeria have been using this to deceive many Nigerians. But thank God for social media. You see the impact, you see the good side of the information of Oyibo, the Oyibo technology. That is why we need Biafra, so that we too can come up with our own technology. Because there is something that is inside of every Biafran man and woman that is hidden. Thank God for social media. Now Nigeria cannot fool us any longer. Are you getting it? They cannot cover their evil any longer. There is a limit of which their atrocities could be covered in this country. Are you getting it? So what the man said is what Ayodele indirectly prophesied, whether it's a prophecy or not prophecy, but Ayodele is saying it. That means, in other words, Ayodele now is now agreeing with what the man said. They are using the mutual agreement now that yes, what this man said is true. I have seen it.
But Tinubu now, do you not think Tinubu, do you not think they should at time they start sitting up as regards because he said this terrorists now will be more powerful than this one that came up just recently in Sokoto State.
Excuse me. You said Tinubu should do what? Tinubu have nothing to do. He cannot do anything.
Tinubu and the government, and Tinubu, the military.
Hello, excuse me. Point of correction. Tinubu cannot do anything.
Why do you say?
Because how many? When you talk of the politicians, the northern have more politicians in Nigerian cabinet than every other side of this Nigeria. So and not only that, even some other part of Nigeria politicians have joined them too to carry out that evil. Are you getting it? So Tinubu cannot curb it. Terrorism in Nigeria are being sponsored by Nigerian politicians. Don't you see it? They are being sponsored by Nigerian politicians. So if now, do they have money? Those terrorists, do they have? Where are they getting their money to buy guns? Who is giving them the route, the way, the source? Who is signing that? Then whenever chop, how them go take see money, buy gun? So definitely, the politicians are the one sponsoring it.
How are they even importing the guns?
That is what I say. The source by which the gun is coming to Nigeria is another thing. If the politicians are not involved, if the politicians do not approve it, if their signature is not in that note, in that file, so they are the source of the terrorism in Nigeria. They are the source of the atrocities that is going on in this country. Are you getting it? So you see why I say that Tinubu, don't listen, later one day you will hear Tinubu, he will tell you, just like other presidents, they will tell you that his hands are tied. Because they always tie their hand. Only in Nigeria that they used to tie their hand when they get into power. So Tinubu hand the two, they don't tie them too. Maybe they even tie him on top of one tree and tie his leg too. Are you getting it? So his hand and legs have been tied. In fact, Tinubu has been kidnapped. He's under cage. So he cannot do anything because he's in the midst of the people that are higher than him. Majority carries the vote. Yoruba go say, Melo ni Tinubu. How many be Tinubu? How many? Only one. Now only one. The terrorists, then plenty pass. Even there are some Western politicians, some of them are against Tinubu too. They are as well supporting the Al-Qaeda, ICC, and whatever that is going on in Nigeria. Some people in the East, number one, Hope Uzodinma two. Peter Mba, Enugu State Governor too. This set of people are the people who joined too to the ICC supporters, Al-Qaeda supporters. Are you seeing it? You see that the Tinubu hand are seriously and thoroughly tied. You get it now. So he cannot do anything. He has nothing to offer. God bless you.
But do you not think that Uzodinma now, mostly for the Igbos, I'm sorry for Imo people, indigenous. Do you not think that is that time they now start even they should get local vigilante that can also help them, because I feel that this what prophet is saying might really come to pass. So you not think they should be cautious, mostly the Imo like.
That is Hope Uzodinma wahala. That is his own cup of tea. That should be his own headache. I don't have business with that, because Hope Uzodinma never think good of his people. If he does, he wouldn't have ever been in support of Al-Qaeda, in support of ICC, in support of Boko Haram and Hamas and the rest. Even the president and the one that is yet to even come, that is on their way. Are you getting it? So, he's their member. And in fact, listen, I'm having an information now that is their information minister. Hope Uzodinma is their information minister. You understand me? So on this note, Tinubu cannot do anything. His hands are tied. And Hope Uzodinma is not thinking anything good. Neither did they have any future for the Imo people. Let the Imo indigenous wake up from their slumber. May they not allow themselves to be used as an scapegoat. May God bless you.
Go and sit down by telling Ekpa that he's not going to succeed on dividing Nigeria. So his ancestors are from Futajelo Island, and their father, their ancestral father, jihadist Ottoman Dan Fodio, can no longer succeed on Islamizing Nigeria. Are you listening to me? Yeah. Southern Sokoto should go and sit down. He should prepare this time around to go to the gallows. It's a great force, trying to push Biafra into freedom and liberation with the appointment of Chief of Staff of the United States of America, Mrs. Susie Willis, by Donald Trump. I see you, I see my man, BRG, that's our Prime Minister in exile, and Simon Ekpa Njoku, dancing dances of victory. That was beginning of this last just week gone, It was dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing for the song, for the music of victory. It's a song of victory, as sung by Robert Arukeli. So he was dancing towards Asurok to let them know that Kanu is already out. As I'm talking to you now, the appointment of Susie Willis is a boost, great boost for Biafrans, because we are no longer even agitating again. We are just folding our hands, watching the Western world agitating Biafra just to emancipate. I'm telling you that the whole Europe, Biafra is the object of discussion, the subject of discussion, and the topicalities, across Asia and the American nations. They are all debating and at least profiling ways to see that Nnamdi Kanu is absolutely let off the hook. Then again, with the appointment of this woman as the Chief of Staff of the United States of America, we are seeing Biafra being a topic again, once again, in the House of Congress. I tell you that we are all laughing, we are all smiling, we are all dancing as a result of the blessings that God has bestowed on Biafra nation. This morning, I tell you, across Aso Rock and its environ, there was much uneasy calmness, tranquility. You know what? The cat is about to let off the sack. Who is going to do that? Because he has been bailed and jailed by the Nigerian government under Buhari for over getting to 48 months now by administration of Buhari. But we see what played out recently. The same man incarcerated as a result of agitation of Oduduwa Republic was let off the hook by his brother Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the most tribalized, clannish, ethnocentric president Nigeria has ever had. Even if I put cluelessness, I am right, because I remembered the U.S. president, newly elected president of America, giving press interaction, interview by saying that Tinubu is the most clueless president Nigeria has ever had. Donald Trump is a motivational speaker. He is an author. He is an artist. He's a movie actor, and he has written many books as an author of public address. Trump knows how to move group of people by what? Verbal strength. What is coming out from his mouth, his wordings are so what? Motivational. That is my own president. That's the kind of person I want, a man with unequal oratory, rendition, or eloquence. See, let me tell you this time around, Biafra is made a topicalities in most of the Senate House, Parliamentarian House in Europe, in Asia, and America is not left out, because the whole congressmen and the people that Nnamdi Kanu was lobbying to meet or to have interaction with the GOP GOP during Trump's administration. But came first American the other American election, that was conducted in 2019/2020, Trump failed. That's why that move was abruptly, at least, brought an end. The Biafra could not breathe again, and then Nnamdi Kanu could not even come out. They allow him, they keep him incarcerated at DSS facilities. And now, our man, our papa, our main hero is Donald Trump. He has won an election, United States presidential election, and you can see nobody has ever protested, nobody has ever denied him concession of defeat. Kamala Harris has actually put a call across to the president, the current president of the United States, Donald Trump, and accepted what? Defeat. She considered defeat because she actually knew that the election college of the states where the election electoral process are considered whether fair or unfair, whether rigged or not rigged, whether manipulated or not manipulated, whether violent or not violent, has actually given kudos to the victory by the Republican Party. The Republican, the dog of war, they are dog of war. They don't leave anything unturned to expose or showcase or unearthing the truth. They are truthful party. That's, Republican. Now, Trump has carried the day. Trump is a man of justice. Trump is a man of equality. Trump is a man of peace, bringing back America to its former status as a country of truth, as a country of righteousness, as a country of God's own country. That's why I'm telling you that America has turned to justice. They have come to the justice and righteousness that they believe. America has returned to righteousness.
Okay, but we've seen a certain YouTuber called Kocha Mase has come and said that the presidency they are against. Have written to Trump and to the incoming government and telling them that
to mind their business,
to mind their business, to stay away from Biafra. Do you think Suzy Willie and Trump will accept this plea from Nigeria?
No, the number one citizen of the world president, the highest office of the president on the earth today is the White House. The American presidency is number one in the world. They make sure that there's security everywhere on the earth. You don't, malign anybody. You don't oppress or suppress anybody again. You don't push down any nation or country because maybe you are richer than them, or maybe you are from axis of evil, like you say, Iran, coming into Nigeria with various terrorist groups to make sure Nigeria is destabilized. America is turning their back on that kind of activity. And then again, I'm telling you that America can never stay away from Biafra agitation. One is this: Biafra was well structured as a Jewish state. Biafrans are 95% Jewish. I don't know what I understand. Yeah. So Trump himself, the reason why he's not going to accept that kind of letter writing or let me say order. One is that you can't order Trump. No, you can't give America order. Two, Three, Trump is a Jew. Biafra is a Jewish state. Are you listening to me? Right from onset, Nnamdi Kanu and Trump. Nnamdi Kanu was on his campaign train in 2019-20, the election that Trump actually, unfortunately, failed. Today, Trump is coming back again to fulfill or to redeem the pledge he made to the Igbo Biafrans that he's going to give them Biafra. I could remember in a race in 2018, 2015, to 2016, 17, 18, and 19, when Biafrans IPOB staged the highest protests across the United States, they actually marched towards Asurok and they were worrying and disturbing, not Asurok, sorry, White House. They were marching towards White House, asking for Biafra, telling him about what Nigerian nation is doing against the Igbos, against the Biafra. And Trump came out. They blocked him on the exit, the entrance of White House. He shouted, "I will give you Biafra." They started applauding him. And actually the time is when on his second coming, the whole IPOB, they took it right in their skull and everybody was like praying hard so that Trump will win the election. But unluckily, unfortunately, Trump could not win. That's why we went into mourning. And that's what led to endless, interminable incarceration of MNK Mazi Nnamdi Kanu illegally at DSS facilities. Nigerian court has actually, let him off the hook. Nnamdi Kanu did not contravene any constitution, any part of the constitution in Nigeria. It is individuals' right, everybody's right to agitate for self-determination. Yet, court has set him free of the treasonable charges, felony charges, terrorist charges. Even United Nations has let him off the hook that Nigeria should do the proscribed IPOB. They are not a terror group, they are agitation group, and actually awarded the most peaceful agitators in the world. They are the Biafras, we are the Igbos. So what am I trying to say here? Trump is not going to honor any letter writing, any order, and the Asurok is not in position to give White House order. Is Asurok ordering White House? Asurok that is full of illegitimacy, illegitimate activities of the office of the presidency. They can never equate themselves with the administration of White House. That order, that letter writing can never, ever succeed. Very, very unfair of office of Nigerian presidency that is full of illegalities, full of illegitimities. See, let me tell you, we are telling the whole world that our time has come. Samuel Ekpa is winning. And Akpabio should come back from India with the group of witches and wizards he went to with India with. They visited Calcutta, New Delhi to go and do juju against Simon Ekpa. This time around, it's not juju. Trump has taken Bible again, word of God, back to White House. In the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Trump is not going to die until his inauguration, and Biafra will be actually celebrated.
Okay, lastly, do you think Iran ambassador came out last week said accused Nigeria government of working with the Iran government to cause insecurity in Nigeria? Do you think that is right to what he's saying? As regards
I think he's an Israeli ambassador that accused Nigeria of working in Iran with Iran to cause to destabilize Nigeria. Is an Israeli diplomat, not Iranian diplomat. And the Israeli government actually has sent message across to Nigerians to prepare to be careful that Iran is working very hard to make sure that they send many terror groups into Nigeria to destabilize the government of Nigeria, as they actually succeeded destabilizing Afghanistan government. So we are at least very, very on alert. We're on alert, high alert. We are being careful and trying to observe every movement, every face we see in Nigeria that looks strange this time around. Because the Al-Shabaab, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the Lukarawas terror group based in Sokoto is from Iran. They made sure the group synergizes with Niger Republic, they synergize with Libya, they synergize with Mali to unleash another terrorism in Nigeria. And they have actually started the operation at Sokoto axis. So I see Nigeria as a destabilized country, a country that cannot last the next 10 years. I'm telling you. So this time around, we actually know that what the diplomat is the only diplomat saying is truth, because Mossad is everywhere, all over the world. Then again, I'm coming out with this suggestion. Nigeria is going to divide peacefully. It's not going to be war. Why? Hausa have their granite, tomatoes, and the pepper. Yoruba have their international water here. Companies, there are many industries here. They can still establish more, inviting the expatriates to localize many industries in Lagos here. Then Igbo man is an entrepreneur chief expert. They are more enterprising than any race in Africa. They can do well if they get their independence in the southeastern Nigeria, industrializing everywhere, turning Onitsha, Aba, Newi into a production hub of Africa. I think Igbos can do well. I think also with farming, agriculture, mechanized one, they have large portion of land to farm. Hausa can survive on agriculture. That's farming, production of food, organic. So I don't see anybody fighting each other. So Tana Osokoto should go and sit down by telling Ekpa that he's not going to succeed on dividing Nigeria. So Tana Osokoto, his ancestors are from Futajelo Island, and their father, their ancestral father, jihadist Ottoman Danfodio, can no longer succeed on Islamizing Nigeria. Are you listening to me? Yeah. Sultan of Sokoto should go and sit down. He should prepare this time around to go to the gallows. He is an uneducated sultana. We don't care. He's a Fulani man. He should leave outside land and go back to Futajelo Island. They are constituting trouble across Nigerian farmland. That's why there is food drought now, because his people, his brothers, are constituting bloody nuisance across farmland in Benue, Niger State, Taraba, Plateau State, Nasarawa, Kaduna, everywhere. They are warlike people. We don't need war. If you want war, we give you war. We are Igbos. What kind of things is this? Killing farmers, annihilating farmers, slaughtering villagers. Do you know how many communities that Lukarawas slaughtered in Sokoto State? Do you know how many communities that Boko Haram, Zamfara have actually disallowed people in that communities? Communities in Adamawa State, they killed many. It is not right. What is going on in Nigeria is too wrong. It's too ugly. How could a section of people will be constituting terrorism in Nigeria and nobody is saying anything? I think Sultan of Sokoto should shut up. Samayaba is doing what he's doing for his people. We are Igbos. We don't need you as you don't need us. Political leadership of this country is Fulani for how many years? Fulanis are not the owner of Nigeria.